Hello, so I'm going to be doing a challenge in Software Inc. where I'm only allowed to produce one software. Another rule that I've added is I cannot make money by any other means, and I can only make money from contracts for the first 2 years of the game. We're going to be starting in 2010, and I've made my guy Visionary, since I'm playing on hard mode and creativity is more important. So since we only have limited time to do contracts, I'm going to pick up the pace and do this quite fast, and I'm immediately going to start hiring some workers to help me fulfill a larger amount of contracts. My goal is to get around $4 million before I run out of time for contracts, and then to spend it all on one product. Tip I can give for contracts is contracts are much easier to complete than you may think. You can complete them without even finishing the code, fixing no bugs, and only doing one iteration and getting inequality, which doesn't really matter if you're not looking for company reputation. Since my guy's a visionary, he does require a private office, which is a bit of an annoyance, but it's really not that big of a deal. So how are we going to make one product that makes hundreds of millions of dollars? The real simple thing is we're going to be using a subscription-based model and constantly releasing expansion packs. This, I have seen, has the weird effect of constantly increasing the user base with every expansion pack. With ports and updates, you can keep a relatively bad product at millions of users. This also somewhat bypasses the hard mode restrictions of harder to get reputation and more impact of reputation, as it doesn't seem that expansion packs are really affected by your company's overall market recognition. I like to release my expansion packs for free, but even free, these expansion packs rarely reach the simple amount of people that continue to get the game. Despite the fact that my expansion packs will only get a small fraction of my user base, I will see massive increases in the number of active users. This works incredibly well for a subscription-based model, as you can continue to get more and more users, and you can constantly get them to come back and spend the subscription fee. So my original plan was to only do contract work for 2 years, but it seems I am an idiot and accidentally did it for 3, but that's fine. The extra money won't matter anyways, as you will see. The strategy I'm doing with contracts is where I will basically try and make sure my designer, my programmer, and my artist are all doing their respective tasks. So whenever I run on design work, I get another long design contract, and whenever I run out of artwork, I get another design task also, because my artist was also a designer. If you think I haven't been doing something in game, it's probably because I edited it out, but I promise you I'm doing everything. I have a server, I have basically everything you need to do basic contract work. If you look at my stars, you will see that I'm no longer gaining company reputation. This is because as the game moves on, the difficulty and what contractors expect of you rapidly increases. I am no longer gaining it because I'm putting in the same work and I'm not really increasing the quality. This means that all my products are coming up in yes, I know I'm saying that wrong, quality. This means that you will no longer gain market company reputation, but you won't lose company reputation anyway. which means it really doesn't matter. Company reputation really isn't that important for me in this challenge, and really isn't important in general. So it's safe to say you can just really ignore it. The only reason it started to increase in the first place is because early contracts were so easy that I got outstanding quality without even trying. Another tip I have for you is you can instantly increase your work hours from 16 to 8 to 17. This is an extra hour, but the employees rarely, if at all, notice. After you get benefits and a team leader, you basically don't even have to worry about them, so you can increase it to 10 hours. Now make sure that you don't increase it too far or make it go into night, because many employees hate working at night, and this will start to eat into their productivity. Skipping forward, I am finally out of that garage and I am setting up my setup to build my MMO. So enjoy this building montage and I'll get back to you in a bit. Okay, now to build my software. I knew I wanted to build an MMO, and I decided that I wanted to build an FPS because it had the highest market for gameplay, and an MMO immediately increases the gameplay by a lot. I also went for branching stories because that meant I can add a few expansion packs, which will help my expansion packs reach full market. I decided I would not be going with a publisher, as this is my only product. I don't want a whole bunch of royalties on top of it. I'm already going to be paying royalties to my lead designer, so I don't want royalties for that as well. This will mean I will need to add a marketing team later, but that is fine. I also will not be needing to print my own stuff because I'm going to be going fully digital. It is far more. It may not be optimal, but it is far easier, and honestly, full digital just makes a whole bunch more sense in my head with this type of product. Now for my team design, I decided that I would be getting 4 programmers, 2 artists, and 3 designers. I'm going to be needing network, 2D, and system code, but mostly I'm going to be needing network and system. I'm going to be needing audio and 2D art, which I have gotten an artist for each. Using a perfect piece of software may seem difficult, but it's really not that difficult. If you have enough time and money, you can quite easily do it. But, of course, that is with everything, isn't it? I've also decided to name my product after perhaps my favorite game of all time. It is a shame. It will be missed. Now you may be worried about cost. I've decided to buy all moderate employees, which are much cheaper, but still, cost will be about $100,000 per month. A lot of that is due to licenses, but almost all of it is salaries. I will be adding in benefits for my employees, but they're mostly going to be the extremely cheap ones, or ones that won't activate. It is also important to remember that marketing does not matter for your first product. Marketing only matters if you're producing a product that will get followers, and if you're producing your first product, you will get at most a few hundred followers. And it's really not worth it to even bother to spend the money on it on your first product of a certain type. So now it's time to just start developing the product. There's not much to say about development. I'm going to be waiting for the 4th iteration because I have plenty of money and plenty of time. I'm going to be probably updating the game as soon as it releases, so that should mean it doesn't really matter what my tech level decreases to in comparison to everything else, because I will be immediately updating it. I will be iterating the software many times, as I want to make sure I have the maximum quality, as it will be my only software. Iterating is very powerful. It allows you to basically bypass all the quality issues you get, as you can get maxed out quality if you have enough time to do enough reviews for the product. Here I am making a marketing team and then marketing my product, even though I have I'm gonna get no followers because I have no market recognition. I said earlier that that is stupid, and I am stupid. What did you expect? Me to do what I say to do? But to be clear, you should market your product after it's released. But I'm marketing it before it releases, meaning basically all of it is wasted, and I'm wasting money on marketers who are basically doing nothing for me and doing a task that does nothing for me either. So my product has released, and it is perfect, which is expected. I did spend a lot of time and money on it, but what do I do next? First thing you should do is update your product, then port and get expansions, and then you just repeat this for eternity, and you've basically got an infinite money machine. Your product will continue to grow and grow and grow as You are constantly the best on the market and have the most users. I'm not exactly sure why expansions grow your user base by so much, allowing you to basically get millions of users for, well, free. Just the cost of your development team and very little time, you can get millions of users. They won't even buy the expansion product even though it's free. They'll just hop on the game, spend $6, and then stay there for a few months, and they'll leave if you don't make a new expansion product. But expansions are so cheap that it's basically free money. Also, I added in a support team. It's just a basic support team design with 1 leader and 8 support. It's quite cheap, and it automatically does it forever. All you need to do is add in a new leader once it dies. I've set up HR management for my support and marketing team. This is a very important skill to learn how to do. It is quite simple. Your HR is based on your leader's skills. If your leader has a 3 in HR, you have access to all of it. You then select handle complaints and handle wages. Basically, that is a no-brainer. I basically put HD on my workers all the time just so I don't have to look at the notification for it. I then, if I'm doing the team automatically, I put in the things for what I want. The specializations, the salaries, it's basically the same thing as hiring a normal worker, it just does it automatically. During this, I learned a lot about how to market expansion packs. What I've learned is you want to basically market it for a year later. You want 3 marketing teams so that the product is marketed for 24 hours a day. You can do that with scheduling. You want to immediately announce the product, and then at the end of the day, and then give a press build as soon as possible. Your expansion pack will grow based on the number of active users of your product, so it is quite easy to get hundreds of thousands of followers, and you can even reach millions. This allows for quite large products and large amounts of hype, which seems to increase the number of active users you will gain upon its release. So that is about it for this recording. I'm going to leave you with a short montage of basically the rest of this game. But basically it was quite easy. I think next video I'm going to do a challenge of getting the game to be at the hardest difficulty possible and seeing just how difficult it can be.